Okay, welcome back. This is our Fall 2020 Stitch Along. The project is called Midnight Pumpkin. I am your stitching host, Laura Bosma, Pretty Penny Precuts with the Southeastern Quilt and Textile Museum. It's all good parts, but we're getting to the really good part, and this is step 4. This is your design phase and then design satisfaction. Again, here is the finished project. And we'll be placing all the other motifs. We've created the large pumpkin. Now we need to put the rest of the stuff down. I've gone ahead and placed my pumpkin, roughly in the center. And you may hate me for this, but I usually don't get out a ruler unless it's something that really has to be specific. I often use my hand, so I put a hand on this edge and a hand on this edge and pull my thumbs in. Does it look like it's roughly the same on both sides? This side's going to get a slightly larger motif, so I may have it over there a little bit more. And then I do the same thing on the top and bottom there. Note that I'm working on a rectangle this time. Again, this is, the second or third time I've stitched this project, so I want this one to either turn out to be a sign or a pillow. So I haven't gone with a cut background, but that was your choice to do back there at step 2, whether you're going to use it as rectangle or square or use it with the oval cut. So we're ready. First thing I say to my students is resist the temptation to take all these motifs and put them back down with all the paper still on them. Because you know what? You're just going to have to pick it up again, and then you will have it not where you wanted it. So I'm going to ask you to remove the waste paper. That is the beauty of this project. It is sticky. See how that's hanging on to my finger? It is temporarily sticky until we steam fuse it in place. Use this design property to your advantage. Get rid of the paper. Not only that, when it still has the paper on, the motif acts like paper. You may want to move the stem around a little bit or alter where it sits a little bit by pulling on it. It's not going to change shape while it's got the paper on, but it will change shape once you've removed the paper. So I'm just going to kind of roughly place the leaf about there, the large leaf. And then I'm going to pick up these 2 small ones and put them over here. I forgot to say, look over your hand-dyed piece. It turns out my light source, meaning the lightest portion of this hand-dyed piece, is up here in this corner. So I'm imagining that the moon is shining, or maybe I've got a sliver of moon, or I've got a star cluster that's giving some light. It's shining in this way. So I put it up here in this corner. Maybe you want it down here, maybe you want it up there. You decide, where's your light source at? And just, it's imaginary, but kind of think about it. And then I'm going to place my next leaf down, roughly about there. And then I'm going to place my next leaf down, roughly about there. And notice, yes, I'm putting it all down at once, and I do that on purpose. We're going to steam fuse it in place once we have all those motifs. That should make it permanent. That should make this a great travel project. But not only that, I don't have to stitch the pumpkin down and then cover beautiful stitches that I made right here. The leaf is going to hold that portion of the pumpkin down. So it's okay if there are spots that I just slip under and put my thread to the back and skip over them because something else is already covering them up. Then I'm going to take the flourish, and that's this guy, and he definitely needs his paper off in order for you to manipulate him if you're so inclined. So I'm going to just kind of roughly do something like that, and I have it here such that those 2 kind of connect. Again, you can decide if that's something you want to do or not. And for right now, and then technically these 2 connect. I change the position. Remember, temporary stick. I can pick it up and put it down just like it's a sticker, and you have not heard a thing. That's the beauty of this particular product. It's a design factor that I love. I can position and reposition until I have achieved design satisfaction. Okay, then I'm going to go to what I'm calling a sepal. I think it's S-E-P-A-L, or collar for the pumpkin. And again, see how beautifully that covers all of that up. If you want to reshape this a little bit, you certainly can. I'm going to move this motif down just a little bit. And again, no any of these projects really are probably going to be the same. You might have noticed in the first one, I have that up under there, so I might want to just kind of reposition that a little bit and somehow make it look like it has grown from there, you know, or not. We'll keep working on that and decide what we like. But again, that's the beauty of removing the waste paper so that you can kind of get it down from the get-go. I'm going to reposition this again just a little bit so I don't have any gaps of blue showing through there. Move that a little bit. I think I'm liking that. What's left is stem. I'm not sure where mine went. Of course. Well, imagine I put the stem right there because it seems to have taken a little bit of a walk. And that's why I also encourage you, once you've inventoried your kit, kind of put it all back in the plastic bag so nothing walks away. But there's a stem AWOL here somewhere. I'll have to find it. And then you've got 7 of these violet purple flowers. Again, my light source is here, so I'm probably going to want to put the lighter ones here and the darker ones there. They're hand-dyed, so there should be a variety of kind of light, medium, and dark flowers for you to design with. And just peel off that waste paper like it's a sticker, and then get those babies down wherever you want to put them. Maybe you think it's too many flowers. Hey, that's fine. Edit some out. There's no law that says you have to use them. There's no law that says it has to be exactly like mine. This time I may not put all 7 down. I do like the idea of using an odd number, so keep that in mind, and then decide, am I going to use them all or am I not? And again, that is something for you to think about. I'm going to change the position of that a little bit so it kind of looks like they're connected and they didn't grow out of nowhere. Again, that's just a personal taste kind of a thing. You can decide how you want to do that. And then I've just kind of got some out in limbo a little bit out here, and we're going to stitch in some tendrils and learn a new stitch, which is always a good thing. So just kind of decide where those are going to go. Again, I'm saying my light source is over here, so I'm putting the lighter of these over here, and then I'm putting the darker of these here. Now I'm going to look at this and I'm going to see that, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to put that guy in, even though it'll be an even number. I've got an odd number here and an odd number here. I'm going to put it for now, but I'm not sure I'm going to stick with it. But that just kind of gives you an idea. When I put my hands back down, I'm like right on it here, and I'm not here. So I may end up wanting to shift everything just a bit. And again, that's the beauty of the light Steam-A-Seam too. I should technically, we'll see if it works, be able to kind of pick this whole baby up. It may not quite cooperate, and just kind of move it over and go with that. So I'm going to leave mine for right now and then work off camera so this doesn't get too long. But that gives you an idea of the design technique, and of course it has a stem. I just have to find it. I don't know where it went. And gives you an idea of, again, I'm looking at it, and again, I don't have it quite even on my right and left side, so I'm going to need to shift it to my right a little bit. But I think that you have an idea of what we're after. Go forth and get yours down as well. Get this far. Once you're happy with it, then we're going to kind of walk away from it. Make sure that you maybe take a smartphone photo or a photo of this, or use a reducing glass, and that will tell you, does it look right? Is it kind of, even though they're asymmetrically placed, is it symmetrical on my background? I've already said I've got not enough space here and too much space here, so I'm going to need to shift mine just a little bit. but that is a personal thing. Decide and get this far. Get it to, I've stuck it down, but I haven't ironed it yet. And that's where we are with step 4, which was design phase and design satisfaction. So I'm going to improve mine a little bit off screen, and I want you to do likewise. Oftentimes I'll say walk away at this point and just look at it from afar, look at it from farther away, and see if it's reading the way you wanted it to, because I think that's important. I'll see you back with step 5, which will be our steam fusing. Laura Bosma, Pretty Penny Pre-Cuts, and your Southeastern Quilt and Textile Museum.